I've heard real, I've heard fake, I've heard cake, I've heard alien. I don't know what to believe. These bodies were shipped in October and seized by the Peruvian government. Leslie Ortega, the Ministry of Culture, ordered an investigation. They went on to look at these bodies and in December came out with a statement. That statement is at the end of this video. It shows all the evidence that Peru collected as well as the multiple scientists that signed off on it. Now you're going to see a report that came out today in January of 2024 from many different places, ABC, USA Today, New York Post, all saying that these things are now confirmed as fake, made of animal bones and paper. They're not real, it's a hoax. Jaime Mossam is lying. All kinds of things today. And so I wanted to show you things that I found out about this by researching it. As you can see here, this is one with the white stuff removed. This is an actual x-ray taken personally. These are not easily constructed, simple paper and animal bone constructions made with artificial synthetic glue. This is not bundt cake or German chocolate. This is something that I've never seen before and I've never felt before. It is a very unique bone substance. It does not explain why there was eggs, DNA, and multiple different findings proven upon the research that Peru did and released on their public access television. Why would they publicly release all this information on public access and then now all of a sudden we have a complete different ideology? And all of these reports today, none of them show any proof. None of them show any research or any proper doctor's signatures. It's all coming from one source. In 2017, when these things were found, they were dismissed by no science whatsoever. Only the media and what the media said was right, as well as the scientists that were interviewed for the media. No actual evidence was presented. And years later, after doing private investigative research, many doctors, laboratory scientists all came to the agreement that these were actual biological specimens, just like Peru came up with as a country. You can see here the complex scans of the bodies, that this is not just some simple paper mache project like they claim it to be. Seeing the evidence that I'm showing you here that Peru and Mexico has presented, if we're going to discredit and renege on what they've said, we need substantial evidence to prove that what they said isn't accurate, because they've provided us substantial evidence as I'm showing here today. This is substantial evidence. There's DNA testing, carbon dating, many different types of scans, radiology, 11 high scientists from Peru, all signing off that these are biological specimens that haven't been adulterated by man whatsoever. You can see this article from December from the Jerusalem Post specifically states that the findings that Peru came out with were biological specimens. It states they were real. No one in America carried this story then. I watched it live, and here's the live public access from Peru that says exactly what Peru found.
E.g., ICA regarding the tridactyl desiccated bodies from the Nazca case. The National University San Luis Gonzaga, ICA Peru, through its research team, wishes to address the scientist community at a national and international level, as well as the authorities and the general public, to inform about our study's labor regarding the tridactyl desiccated bodies, with both human and reptilian characteristics that have been known through public media as the Nazca mummies. These mummies were discovered in the Palpa and Nazca provinces in the Ica department, Peru. As time has passed, this finding has acquired notoriety in public media, generating controversy and debate. In this sense, we wish to clarify and communicate the following. Number one, on the 1st of August of 2019, National University San Luis Gonzaga, UNSLG, of Ica, Peru, received 4 desiccated bodies with both human and reptilian characteristics. These specimens were handed in by the journalist Jorge Israel Mantilla Carvajal, in virtue of his right to reserve and in compliance with the source of information confidentiality principle, as stated in the second article, subsection 18, of the Political Constitution of Peru. The delivery of these bodies was made with the intent of their custody, conservation, and to perform research destined to clarify the authenticity of said desiccated specimens. Number 3. The smaller bodies, that are approximately 60 centimeters long, exhibit a morphological and anatomical structure that significantly differ from those of the human being. The skin presents both morphological and histological characteristics that are very similar to those of the reptiles, and both their hands and feet are tridactyl. Furthermore, they possess voluminous skulls, and their bones in general are very different to human anatomy, showing atypical characteristics and traits, unique and sui generis. It is important to highlight that there has not been found any rigid or metallic union element or support in the articulations in the joints across the whole body. Due to the uniqueness of these bodies and the substantial anatomical and structural differences, further research is required to better understand their nature. Number 4. The metallurgical analysis, performed through a scanning electron microscopy, SEM, of a metallic pectoral implant revealed an important finding. It was determined that the implant is formed by an alloy of a variety of metals, osmium being the main element. It is relevant to highlight that osmium is an element that was officially discovered by Smithson-Tannat and William Hyde Wollaston in 1903. Due to its electric properties, osmium is used in the fabrication of some electronic devices and in the production of sensors. Additionally, the microscopic study through an optic metallography has revealed the existence of a matrix of microstructures with microscopic pores and microinclusions in the implant. Number 5. Nevertheless, despite the progress pointing towards the confirmation that these bodies are real and the presence of osmium in a metallic implant, it is evident that further research is required due to the marked structural and morphological differences that have been detected through the compared anatomy. Therefore, it is important to highlight that these preliminary results are not conclusive. Number 6. During the conservation and custody period of the desiccated bodies, our research team, mainly formed by specialist medics, has encountered multiple obstacles in the execution and proper culmination of the research. These challenges include the pandemic, budget limitations, lack of institutional support, lack of logistics, equipment, as well as legal interference from organizations like the Ministry of Culture and the Public Ministry. Despite these obstacles, we managed to perform imaging studies based on X-ray examination and tomographies, using resources provided by the research team itself, and metallurgic studies with the support of the National University of Engineering. Number 7. It is important to highlight that the research team has never stated that these bodies belong to extraterrestrial beings. During our research, the most we can state is that from a scientific standpoint, these are biological bodies of unknown origins that existed in the past, but not human. Our approach is based on rigorous study and the research for answers within science, without making speculative statements about the nature of these bodies. Number 8. It is important to highlight that, from the beginning, the research team has never been motivated by any mediatic, politic, economic, or interest of any other nature. Number 9. Our sole intention has been to perform scientific research with the purpose to determine rigorously if the pterodactyl desiccated bodies of humanoid appearance are authentic or if they have been falsified, if they are biological origin or not, and to uncover the mysteries that surround their authenticity. Our commitment has been the progress of the scientific knowledge and the search for answers about these specimens. Number 10. Finally, as a result of our research, the team has come to the conclusion that the studied desiccated bodies are completely authentic from a biological standpoint and do not show any sign of being manipulated or manufactured in any way. Our scientific approach has been rigorous, and the results contribute to the authenticity of these bodies. Letter signed by